Travel isn't just about destinations, it's about the people you meet, the cultures you immerse yourself in, the stories you carry home. I'm Relebogile Mabocha, and on my travel feature, I take you on a journey beyond the guidebook. Each week, I connect with fellow travelers, insiders, and storytellers to bring you the heart of every place. Whether it's a hidden gem right here in South Africa or a dream destination abroad. Join me as we travel through conversations, memories, and inspiration. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
A dive into the countryside, if you like, in travel and tourism today. A school holiday is looming. If you are looking for something to do that's not too far away from Cape Town, and that is an opportunity for the whole family to get out into the countryside and have a bit of an excursion. Perhaps you would like to head to the heart of Overberg Farm Country and join in a harvest celebration with a bit of a difference. It's the Heidelberg Giant Pumpkin Festival later this week, and it is exactly what it says. They are looking for the most enormous pumpkin they can possibly find. But that's not all there is to this event. It's all about clean country air, hearty country cooking, being part of a world record attempt, and supporting some very important causes as well. And it's a great pleasure to have with us via Zoom this afternoon one of the festival organisers, Altus Joubert. Altus, thank you so much for joining me on the show. Welcome to CapeTalk.
Thank you, Pippa. Welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us. I know that's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Altus, I know that this event started out as a relatively small community event back in 2008, but it has grown and grown since then, as have the pumpkins involved. Won't you just start, for the sake of those who've never experienced it before, tell us a little bit more about what this event is all about?
Yeah, Pippa, we started way back in 2008. And we grown, our biggest pumpkin that year was 47.5 kilograms. And we wanted to start the club 100 if somebody maybe in the future grow a 100 kilogram pumpkin. For about 4 or 5 years back, I got 15th place with a 313 kilogram pumpkin.
Sure.
So, yes, and the pumpkins are getting bigger and bigger every year. We are currently holding the South African record and the biggest pumpkin in the southern hemisphere that we weighed in last year, 967.5 kilograms. And we are moving past 1 ton this year.
So you say that with quite a degree of confidence. Is that because you know some of those pumpkins are already there? I mean, do you have sort of a pre-weigh-in? How does it work?
Yes, there's a way of measuring the pumpkin, and then different measurements that's taken, and then there's a chart that you can get an estimate of the weight, which is always about 10%, 90% accurate. According to those measurements, there's already 2 pumpkins that we know of. That the one pumpkin weighed 1,080 kilograms 3 weeks ago.
Now, I'm sure I'm not the only one struggling to sort of picture just how big a pumpkin that is. Altus, can you try and, in sort of size comparison, what should we be picturing?
That pumpkin has got, at the moment, got a circumference of 5.5 meters.
Sure.
And it stands about 1.2 meters high.
So it's as high as a person and a couple of people around it if they were to hold their fingers to their toes. I mean, that's extraordinary. Altus, what does one do to make a pumpkin grow to that size? Is it all about starting with a good seed, or is it to do with what you fed it along the way? How do you get them to that size?
Yeah, it's a certain variety of pumpkin, obviously, that was initiated. The breeding program to get this pumpkin was old man Howard Dill in Canada. He started with this, and the variety's name is called the Atlantic Giant.
Okay.
And then, we in the beginning years, we imported a lot of seed from Canada and America. But later years, we are doing our own propagation of the seeds, and we know which pumpkin was pollinated by which pumpkin. And I can tell you the one that's going to be winning this year, I will be able to tell you who that pumpkin's mother and father and grandfather, grandmother, and great grandparents are.
A pumpkin family tree. I love it. I didn't see that coming. Altus, I mean, a lot of our listeners are absolutely entranced by the thought of this. It's like something out of a fairy tale that you expect to turn into a carriage with Cinderella hopping out of it. Keith asking a very pertinent question. How long would it take to eat a pumpkin of that size? Are they still edible when they grow to that size, first of all?
Yeah, they are not very tasteful. Because the pumpkin grows so fast, it's got a lot of stringes. It's very stringy and it's very watery. So when the pumpkin grow in the season with this measurement that we can do, the pumpkin grow at its peak. It grows between 25 and 30 kilograms per day.
Sure.
So you can know that it's only water. Our main beneficiary for the festival, and we're doing it for charity.
Yeah.
All the profit for the festival goes to charity in our local community for the less fortunate.
Yeah.
And we're running this as a non-profit company, so we try to do it the right way and to support our community. But the one year we gave the pumpkins, some of the big pumpkins, we cut up in 1 kilogram bags and gave it to the old age home. And then the next year I went to the old age home and asked them, so we obviously gave them more than a ton of pumpkin.
Yeah.
And they had to eat pumpkin morning, noon and night for very long. And with the next year, when I went to ask some of the residents, what do they think the old age home need? What can we give this year? And one old lady told me, my boy, you can give anything you want, but just don't give us pumpkin.
No more pumpkin. I love it. Okay. All right, so skip on the eating of the pumpkin, but in all seriousness, Altus, you've touched on a very important aspect of this festival. As much as it is a celebration of the harvest and a chance to come together and enjoy good food and live music and all kinds of outdoor activities, you have charitable beneficiaries for whom this is a really important helping hand during the year. Tell us a little bit more. It's not only homes for the elderly in your area, you're also supporting needy schools in the local community. A number of sports clubs. I mean, it's a long list of beneficiaries who all benefit from this weekend, isn't it?
Yes, there's a lot of beneficiaries. We support the local rugby club, the golf club, the bowls club, schools, feeding schemes that support children that don't have enough to eat throughout the year. So it's an ongoing thing. We have this build up to the festival, which is a very big excitement for everybody around. And it's a nice festival to attend, but the whole year long, we are supporting the local community.
That's fantastic to hear. Just to mention a couple of the associated events, there's a 4x4 competition, there's a golf tournament, there are food and craft stalls to browse around. There will be live music, including those Polisi car people whose name I can't say on air, as well as Sunset Sweatshop, who are a fantastic band. So lots of good reasons to go and be entertained. Altus, what's in it for the farmer who grew what we know will be the 1-ton pumpkin, your winner this year, other than the bragging rights that they grew the biggest pumpkin in possibly the Southern Hemisphere and possibly even the world if it were to get a little bit bigger than that. Besides owning that title and the right to brag about it, is there anything more in it for them?
Yeah, the total prize money is about 50,000 rand.
Sure.
Of which the winner will receive 17,500 rand, and if he breaks the SA record, that grower gets another 30,000 rand.
And you reckon that's likely to happen because you said the Southern Hemisphere record was 967.5. You're fairly certain you've got a pumpkin, at least one, over a ton this year. As a matter of interest, what's the world record, Altus? Are we anywhere close to breaking it?
The world record is 1,246 kilograms at the moment. So that's why I said that pumpkin that weighed 1,080 kilograms 3 weeks ago, it was still growing at 8 kilograms per day.
And
if it's a bit heavier than the chart said, then it can be possible that we break the world record.
Okay, so we'll have to circle back and hear whether that happened after this weekend. Altus, if anybody listening to this is thinking this is just what I need for the weekend ahead, I'm going to bring the family through to join the fun at the Giant Pumpkin Festival. Where do they go to find out how to book and where to find a place to stay in Heidelberg and all of that kind of information?
Yeah, we've got a website. It's giantpumpkinfestival.co.za. You can go there, and there is information that will give you information of what we all are going to do over the weekend, and links to where you can get tickets. We are not at the moment selling the tickets online. We're hoping to do that next year.
Okay.
But all the information is on the website, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, and just to be clear, we're talking about Heidelberg here in the Western Cape, not the one further up country. It's only a 3-hour drive away from Cape Town, so if you are in the mood for a bit of a country escape, why not go and watch a potentially world record-beating pumpkin come in for weighing this weekend. The event is from the 27th to the 29th of March, and that website once again is pumpkinfestival.co.za, or simply Google Giant Pumpkin Festival to find the links with all the information you need to know. The venue is the Heidelberg Showgrounds, for those who are wondering, and tickets start from 50 Rand for the under 12s and pensioners on the Saturday, 80 Rand for adults. They go up to 100 or 200 Rand on the Friday, and there's also the option of a weekend pass. So check out your options on that website. And Altus, I hope you are going to have a very well-supported event with some record-breaking pumpkins and, more importantly, lots of money raised to support all of those local community organizations who rely on your help. Thank you so much for making that possible, and thanks for chatting to us today.
Thank you very much for making the time, Pippa. And I hope we get a lot of people from Cape Town to come and experience our hospitality here on Heidelberg.
I hope so too.
See if the pumpkins weigh in.
You too. Keep well, please. Altus Joubert, one of the organisers of the Giant Pumpkin Festival. It's happening in Heidelberg in the Western Cape from the 27th to the 29th of March.